the 9 News Shred-A-Thon is just days away, so we're going to give you a little bit of a preview. Here with us is Danny Young, District Operations Manager. He has all the details. And I know the answer by now, but why do we need to shred? I just like to rip it up.
You know, ripping it up, that's one thing you could do, I guess. But, you really need to shred your documents and do it with a company that's going to be able to take care of that process, kind of cradle to grave. So when we shred in these trucks, it gets mixed with paper from many other customers, about 8,000 pounds worth. And so there's no putting pieces back together. And we take that process all the way through pulping into new paper again.
From last year, the most current year, how many pounds do you think that you shred?
Last year we did about 500,000 pounds, which is a ton of paper. And we're, several tons.
Yes.
But we're hoping to do a whole lot more this year. Each year, if we can keep shredding more and more and getting more donations for Crime Stoppers, then it's very successful for us.
Now, we need to point out, not just paper. What about old driver's license, ATM cards?
Absolutely. CDs, driver's license, old credit cards, things like that, we can definitely take care of for people. Paper is the majority of what we shred. Yep.
Now, do we have to worry about taking off paper clips, removing staples?
No, not at all. Paper clips, binder clips, staples, all that's okay. Just larger metal objects. If it's in a 3-ring binder or something like that, we prefer you take the paper out.
And share the locations.
Sure. So we have several locations around the greater Denver metro area. Of course, we'll be here at 9 News kicking off first thing in the morning. We'll also be at Jeffco Sheriff's Office. We'll be at the Westminster Police Station. We'll be at the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office. We'll be at the Municipal Courthouse in Aurora, as well as our home-based Shred-It location off Monaco.
So why involve law enforcement at a Shred-A-Thon?
Two parts. Obviously, Crime Stoppers works hand in hand with law enforcement to help solve crimes in the Denver metro area. So they're very actively involved in this process. But also, it's some added measure of security so people know that their stuff's being taken care of.
Oh, wait. Let's go over what cannot be brought.
Sure.
No electronics.
No, we don't. We don't want any electronics. There's issues with electronics. No batteries; those can cause fires very quickly in a shred truck. No large pieces of metal, things of that nature. Other than that, we can shred most of your documents, plastic cards, things of that nature.
How does it work? So we bring our bag, we pull up. Do we need to get out of the car, hand it to you?
No, not at all. In fact, it's easier if you actually stay in your vehicle. We'll have plenty of volunteers there who are going to be there to help out and assisting you getting your material out of the trunk, out of your car, things of that nature. So either 3 banker's box style boxes. You can be 3 trash bags that are, kitchen, garden trash bag style, and we can take care of those for you.
Yeah, so be prepared and organized as much as you can so you're not just throwing it in the trunk or the back of your car and you're having to move it out. You want it to be a pretty quick process.
Absolutely. We have cars that are packed from beginning to end, and the quicker we get that line and flow going, the easier it's going to be to get everybody through quickly.
Should we start up the truck? Okay, we got to give some time for this to get shredded. Last year, 9 News and Shred-A-Thon have raised more than $440,000 for Metro Denver. How's that used?
Yeah, so we actually, that number went up. We did about 100,000 last year, so we can add to that number. So we've done over $500,000 so far. So Crime Stoppers, they're here to help the community to provide a service for confidential tips. Those tips can be turned in to Crime Stoppers. We'll get them in the proper hands of law enforcement. And there's a reward that goes out to these anonymous tipsters. That is what this money helps provide. But we're one of the largest beneficiaries for this event with 9 News Crime Stoppers and Shred-It. And it helps support Crime Stoppers for the entire year.
Okay, well, we're done talking. The truck is taking over. So let's go ahead and shred and show how it's done. We're going to step away here. Got to get to work. So they actually do that right there, don't they? You pour it into that and it shreds immediately so no one can go through people's paper.
Yep.
Look at that. And then from there, where does it go?
So it tips into a hopper that slides down onto these conveyors that you're seeing right here in the television. And from there, it gets compacted into a shredder. And then it moves from a shredder into the back payload compartment in the truck that'll hold 8,000 to 9,000 pounds of shredded material.
I mean, do you really hear people going through others' garbage and trying to get stuff out?
It happens all the time. I mean, I think people see identity theft. It's been very prevalent in the news. You know, we're here to help protect people from throwing their stuff in the garbage. You never know where it goes from there. Could go to a landfill, could be sorted through at a recycling center. Bring it to us. You'll know for sure it's getting shredded, pulped, and reused, recycled into paper and other, you know, paper products.
Of course. Well, here it is. The 2017 Shred-A-Thon is happening May 13th from 7 a.m. to noon. 6 locations.